Good day, everyone! So, ayan, another episode of our learning session. So, is there any idea of our episode for today? So, by the way, my name is Ferdinand Marquez Jr. And for today's lesson or for today's episode in our session is we will discuss the Philippine educational system reform, or in this reform, we will discuss the different field offices of the DepEd and their different functions. So, dito natin malalaman yung mga iba't ibang functions or the different system of our DepEds. So, stay tuned, relax as we discuss our lessons. Ayan, the Philippine educational system and its reform. So, what is an educational system and its reform? So, under this, we have the topic divided into the field offices of the DepEd and their function. So, what are the DepEd functions and their specific, kung ano nga ba yung kanilang mga what I mean is yung mga kanilang mga tungkulin sa ating sa DepEd. So, Section 2 of Republic Act number 9155 stipulates that it is the region's division school learnings center referred to the field offices where the policies of the principal of the governments in the department are translated into the program, project, and services developed, adapted, and offered by FEED local needs. So, under this section also, this act shall known as, so ayan, the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, or known as the Section 1. So, it says there, it shall be the goal of basic education to provide, ayan. So, ayun, in this act, so it provide the skills, the knowledge, the values that need to become more self-reliant, be a productive and a patriotic citizen. So, there are, ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina, there are 17 regions, and there are 17 regions of offices, each headed by regional directors. So, ayan, 157 provincial and city school divisions, and each district headed by the public and school district supervisor. Ayan, this basis is under UNESCO World Data Education of 2010. So, is there any clarification? Please comment down below. So, the next is the next Republic Act under this topic is all about Republic Act number 9155 declares that the DepEd Regional Office provide the leadership in monitoring, assessing, evaluating the learning, in enforcement of the standard provided to the technical support of the division and school. So, to cut it short, it involved the different qualities assurance regulation that provide a government. So, the provision. So, this is a validation. What I mean is validation of points of the basic education or the BIS of our educations. So the next one is under function and school divisions offices. So what are the functions of school divisions offices? So it says here that under the regional field offices or the DepEd school division offices, the school division offices perform, ayan, one, instructional leadership and supervision. Of course, ayan, meron siyang dapat leadership in order to have a better relationship with his companion. The second one is administrative, budgetary, and support to the school. The third one is a technical support service, of course. The fourth one is the quality assurance. And the next one is resource regeneration support to the school, library hub services, and the BIS management. And lastly, ayon, to extension the community of service of Republic Act 9155. or yun yung diniscuss natin a while back. Ayan, so pursuant in this section, Republic Act 7 RA 9155, the school district supervision shall be responsible for providing a professional instructional advice to support the school heads, ayan, the teachers, the facilitator of the school, and the learning center, ayan, in the district cluster, ayan, ito yung mga cluster nila. So, number one is, ayan, ang pangalawa is, ayan, pangatlo is performing such as other function may be assigned proper authorities. So, dapat, ika-categorize yan in order to have a better function and its tawag nito sa kanilang mga tungkulin bilang tawag nito an instructor advice para makapag-facilitate in a learning center or in a classroom center. So, we'll now proceed to the next one. So, school district may be responsible for. Ayan, ito naman yung mga responsibilidad ng ating mga school district. So, number one, selecting a curriculum materials such as textbooks, films, ayun, assigning and hiring dismissing staff like teachers, principals, secretaries, counselors. So, ayan, sila din ang magmo-monitor in a finance, ensuring the budget requirements are met, choosing how spend the funds. So, ayun, sila din ang para mag-audit kung yung budget requirement ng allocated siya kung example sa books, sa textbook. So kailangan alam din ng school district. So yun yung responsibilidad niya. So it is important to note that the public school district supervisor or PSDS, take note PSDS. So are considered the functional because in the DepEd, the Secretary of Education, Regional Director, School Divisions, Superintendent, and the school principal are only one considered to be the line function official. I repeat, so they are only the one considered to be, ayan, line function officials. So, ayun, public school district supervisor considered, ayan, the line function officials in our DepEd functions. The next slide is what are the functions of a school? So, ano nga ba ang mga alituntunin or functions ng ating paaralan? So, as stated in the Republic Act number 9155, the school learning center are the lowest and the smallest unit yet the most important part of the department. Of course, take note this class ha. This school and learning center are the smallest unit yet and the most important part of the department. Why? Because this so-called delivery unit of Department of Basic Instruction happens. So dito nangyayari yung tinatawag nilang learning teacher-student interaction. So moreover, ayan karagdagan nito is dito nagaganap yung iba't ibang learning kung saan ba tayo natututo ng iba't ibang kaalaman tungkol sa realidad. So ayun. The school is the heart of a formal educational system. It is a children to learn. Ayan, ito na siya yung sinasabi ko kanina. And has a single aim providing the best possible basic education of learners. Ayan. So, the two main function of a school are educated the student and to be socialize them. So, take note guys, take note class that the two function of a school is to educate the student and to socialize them. In educating a student, for example, ayan, you need to teach them how to not only the lesson but also to what I mean to para not only the lesson but only to ang tawag nito is to not only the lesson but to adapt in reality. So, ayan, socialize them. So, kailangan din, hindi lang basta inaaral, kailangan din i-apply nila sa sarili nila. So, school teach a general skills such as reading, ayan, writings, arithmetic, as well as the specific skills needed in the workplace. So, of course, school transmit the values, belief, attitudes important of the society. So, ang gawain ng school ay magturo. And then, ang gawain naman ng mga estudyante or tayong mga estudyante is to learn and to apply what we learn in our school. So, is there any questions, clarifications? If not, so we will now proceed to the next slide. Empowerment of school principals under Republic Act number 9155. So, under this, a key features of Act in empowerment of school principals, it implements decentralizations programs by transferring substance decision-making power school. So, to cut it short, so the principal shall assume the following. So, ito yung kailangan i-assume ng principal. First, one more administrative authority and considering the accountability for improving teaching competencies and pupils' achievement. So, ayun, a principal shall assume this in order to empower a school in order to empowerment of the school. So kailangan niyang i-achieve ang mga abilities or accountability ng kanyang teachers para sa achievement ng isang mag-aaral. The second one is more authority to manage the school funds, maintenance, operations, expenses. So ayun, budgetary siya. So the third one is all about the additional funds for school through parent, teacher, and community association. Eto na papasok yung ang tawag nito, yung parang may officer po tayo. So, yun, the president. So, per classroom, eto na papasok yung mga funds. Dito nila kukunin yung mga panlinis, ganyan-ganyan. So, ayan, another responsible empowerment of under schools. So, the fourth one is all about design and develop her or own school improvement program in collaboration with the parents and communities and leaders. So, eto na siya, guys. So, eto na papasok. Example, sa classroom A, so may president siya, So, syempre, saan sila kukuha ng fund? Saan sila kukuha ng fund to improve their schools para syempre kapag magandang surroundings, syempre doon ka mas tawag nito, ayun, mas, what do you call this, mamo-motivate ka mag-aral. Siyempre ang ganda-ganda ng ang aliwalas ng paningin. So, eto na yung tinatawag na teacher and parent collaboration. So, the fifth one is participate in a selection, requirement, promotion of a teacher. So ayan na, dito na mapopromote or ayan, empower or mapopromote ang ating mga teachers. So ayan, under survey naman po siya. Under survey po ito if a teacher is good teacher or not. So then the next one is the last responsible of a supervisor school is plan and develop innovative curriculum using the national curriculum as framework. So, ayun guys, hindi lang siya basta-basta naglalabas sila ng different curriculum. May basis sila. So, may basis tayo kung saan pinagpapanuhan niyan, dinedevelop, dumadaan sa tamang proseso. So, those are the stimulate act or a principal assume in this empowerment of under Republic Act number 9155. So the next slide, it's all about saan na? It's all about shared governance and the basic principles. So ano nga ba ang mga shared governance and its principles? So, it says there, Section 5, Republic Act number 9155. Guys, take note nyo itong Republic Act na to kasi it defines a shared governance as a principle with recognized in every unit of education. Bureaucracy has a particular role, thus responsibility inherent in the offices offices of its principality accountable, autonomous. So, ayon, the same section of Act also, kung ano ka man tadyo, Diyos mo yun. The Section Act also specific principles share the governments as to follows. First, the process of democratic consolation. So, what are the process? Excuse me po, pwede po kayong lumayo muna ng konti, naririnig po ang ating background. Shall be observed and decision-making process at appropriate level. So, feedback mechanism shall be established to ensure coordination, open communication, and central offices with the region, division, and level, school level. So, yun yung tinatawag na democratic conciliation naman siya. So, the next one is accountability and transparency. And from the word accountability and transparency, be transparent in operational in performing or their function and their responsibilities in each levels. Parang ganun yun. Maging transparent ka para, syempre, of course, for a better relationship with your companions. So the third one is all about a communication channel. So ayun yung collaboration. Field officers shall strength to facilitate follow information, expand leakages with other government agencies, local government units, and non-government units organization effective governance. So, ayan, in connection to the DepEd, so kailangan din ang DepEd makipag-connect or makipag-coordinate or make communication channel sa mga local government units. Sa example, dito sa amin, so ang DepEd, ang sa example, sa isang elementary schools dito sa amin, so kailangan niyang mag-coordinate sa local government dito sa amin, sa Alakapan, para example, may rules ngayon during this pandemic, example, bawal ang magpapasok, or what I mean is bawal lumabas because of this pandemic. So we must follow, or we have, para hindi maiwasan yung mga leakages, yung mga barriers. Okay, we'll now proceed to the next three topic. Okay, the essential and terminologies provided in Republic Act number 9155. So, balikan natin kanina yung shared governance. So, eto naman na siya. Dito naman dinidiscuss yung the different terminologies under the Republic Act number 9155. So, Republic Act number 9155 clearly defines the basic terms, phrases, the DepEd as follows. So, number one, alternative learning system, or ang tinatawag nilang ALS. So, ang sabi dito is a parallel learning system provide the variable alternative existing formal education. Instruction compasses both non-formal, formal sources of knowledge and skills. So, dito sa ALS, tinuturuan tayo, hindi lang, parang it's a part of the curriculum, also it's a part of Republic Act number 9155. So the second one is the integrated school. It says here that a school offered completeness basic education in one site as unified instructional program. So dito naman, integrated school naman ito yung note niya guys, one school site lang siya. So dito kanina sa alternative learning system, it is of non-formal and formal sources of knowledge and skills. So, ano yung pagkakaiba ng tatlo? So, ang pangatlo naman is a learning center. So, ito na yung physical space, house learning resources, facilitated learning program, out of school youth. So, ito na yung kwan siya. So, ito na yung parang special needs. So, yung mga out of school youth. So, kailangan nilang, yung mga gusto mag-aral ng out of school youth, there's a program under this Republic Act number 9155 in order to have an opportunities to learn. For example of this is it says there the barangay center, gymnasium, and other places where learning takes place in the community. For example, there's a program of Sangguniang Kabataan. So, eto nila ina-adapt yung a learning center, ayan, sa kanilang barangays, sa gymnasium, parang nag-symposium lang siya in order to enhance yung mga kaalaman or to share those learning, ayun, those skills, especially in livelihood programs. So, yun ang pagkakaiba ng tatlo. Eto yung under the Republic, under essential terminologies. Eto yung mga tatlong, guys, i-take note nyo to kasi ito yung lalabas sa, mga sa quizzes natin afterwards. So, the terminologies provide, eto yung tatlo. So, alternative learning system, ang konyo dito, guys, lagay nyo dito, it compasses both non-formal and formal sources of knowledge and skills. So, dito naman sa pangalawa is integrated school. It is a one-site or a unified instructional program. So, it's a one-site lang siya. So, dito naman sa learning center, it is a learning resources or a learning program um, through of adult, what I mean is out of school youth and an adult. So, the next topic is all about the school-based management and its goals. So, ano nga ba ang mga goals of our school? So, a primer of the school-based management is support the system of 2005 defines school-based management as, ayun, the centralization of its decision-making authority from central, regional, and division levels, individual schools, headed by a teacher, a learner, as well as the parents and the local government unit and the community in promoting effective school. So, syempre, ang goal ng ating school-based management is a learning process. So, ayun na yan. Ito na siya. A learning process, parang eto, as stated in the primer, the goal of SBM or the school-based management is categorized in twofold. One is to improve, ayun, school performance and other improve the learning achievement. So, eto na siya. Dito na papasok yung mga example nito is competition in different schools like yung MTAP, ganyan. So, magko-compete yung different school para what I mean is magko-compete yung different school para to make an effort to represent their own schools, ayun, para provide the achievement of the learners. The second, the objective are to, ayun, ito na yung mga objective ng unang SBM goal. So, empower the school heads to provide the leadership. So, ito na siya. And mobilize the community as well as the local government in investment time, money, effort in making school better place to learn in. So, ayun, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, sa example ko sa MTAP, so dito, if example, si Pedro, siya yung nanalo sa school nila, siya nag-represent sa district, sa regional. So, of course, ang ating local government unit will give a reward or something para ma-motivate si Pedro na mag-aral pa or improve her arithmetic skills. So, to realize this goal and objective, every school expected a craft school improvement or SIP and an annual implementation plan of AIP. So, the SIP developed through connected effort of various stakeholders such as the school staff, the PTA, LGU level barangay committee leadership, NGOs, and pupil learnings under these leadership schools. So, is there any questions? So, if not, wala naman sigurong katanungan. So, i-review nyo na lang 'to mamaya kasi after ng discussion natin, we will have a short quiz. So, we will now proceed to the next slide. It says the role of a school heads under CBM. So, ano nga ba yung mga role ng school heads or ayun, school heads ng under school-based management? According to section. So, ayan guys ha, according to section, another section. According to section of Rule 1 IRR of Republic Act number 9155, the school heads are tasked to perform two functions. First, ayan, take down nyo to guys ha. One is to exercise instructional leadership and other perform sounds administrative management of the school. The second one is, ayun, the second one, asaan na? Ayun, the second one is, ay wala, ba't nawala? The second one is to, ang tawag nito, ano ba yan? Exercise instructional leadership and other, ayan, eto na, the other perform sound administrative management of school. So, kailangan nilang, ang tawag nito, i-perform, a leadership, exercise instructional leadership in order to, have a perfect school, a perfect leadership. So that ends our topic. The field offices of the DepEd and the functions and the different functions of a school at DepEd. So if you have any comments or clarification, just don't hesitate to PM me on my Facebook or just drop your comment in our live chat today so that we will discuss or we will to clarify your questions. So if there's no questions, clarification, so that ends our presentation. Thank you so much for listening and advanced reading in our lesson. So after which, you will take your exam. Your exam consists of 30 items and an essay. Ayan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for learning. Hope you can learn from our topic today, the DepEd or the Philippine educational system and its reform under field offices of DepEd and their functions. So thank you so much. Have a great day and God bless everyone.